We begin now on the top of Berachos Daf Lamed Dalet Amud Beis. This is Berachos Daf 34b. The Gemara just finished discussing that a regular person, when he bows during Shmona Esrei, it's during the first bracha of Shmona Esrei and during the bracha of Modim. Now the Gemara moves on to what happens by more important people, so to speak. Kohen Gadol Besof Kol Bracha Ubracha. Kohen Gadol has to bow at the end of each and every bracha. V'hamelech, and a king, Tchilas Kol Bracha Ubracha, V'sof Kol Bracha Ubracha. He has to bow at the beginning of every bracha and at the end of every bracha. Rashi here explains what's the idea. Kol Mashu Gadol B'yoser, anyone who is greater, Tzarech Lahachnia Ulahashpil Atzmo, he has to make himself humble and he has to lower himself. Amar Rabbi Yitzchak Bar Nachmani, Rabbi Yitzchak Bar Nachmani says, L'didim Mefarshali Minei de Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi. It was explained to me in the name of Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi, Hediot Kemosha Amarni, a regular person, as we said. Kohen Gadol Tchilas Kol Bracha Bracha. Kohen Gadol bows at the beginning rather than the end of every bracha. And then Hamelech Kevan Shekaran, by a king, once he bows, Shuv Eino Zok, if he doesn't straighten up anymore, Shenemar, like it says, Vayihi Kechalos Shlomo Lesbal V'Gomer, Kom milifnei mizbach Hashem mikroa al birkav. When he was finished davening, that's when he got up from bowing. So according to this version, a king bows throughout the entire tefillah. Gemara now continues with a brisa. Tanu Rabbanu, we learned in a brisa, Keda alapayim. When it says the word Keda in the Tanakh, it refers to bowing upon one's face. Shenemar, like it says, Vatikod basheva apayim oretz. So it uses the word Vatikod and it uses the word apayim oretz, placing the face to the ground. Kriya, when it uses the word Kriya al berkayim, it means that one bows upon the knees. Shenemar, like it says, Mikroa al birkav, using those two words. And Hishtachava, when it uses the word Hishtachava, Zu pishat yadayim v'raglayim, it refers to bowing with outstretched hands and legs. Shenemar, like it says, Havo navo ani v'imchavi achecho lehishtachavos l'cha arza, implication being that lehishtachavos l'cha is arza, it's pishat yadayim v'raglayim. Gemara now says, Amar Rav Chia Bereder Rav Huna. Rav Chia, the son of Rav Huna, said, Chazina luhula Abaye v'Rava dematzlu atzluye. I saw that when Abaye and Rava would bow, they would do it in a leaning position. Rashi here explains, Dematzlu atzluye keshenoflim al paneim, when they fell to their faces, ein poshtin yadeim v'ragleim, they did not spread out their hands and their feet, elamatan al tidein, rather they would lean to their sides. Tani Chada, we learned in one brisa, Hakoreya behoda, one who bows in hoda, hareza meshubach, this is a good thing. V'tanya idach, we learned in another brisa, hareza maguna, it's a bad thing, it's degrading. So what's the answer to the contradiction? Lo kasha, it's not a kasha. Ha b'tchila ha levasof. It depends if you're bowing in the beginning of the bracha of hoda, or if you're bowing in the end. Rashi here explains, b'tchila is koreya. When you're in the beginning, that is when you bow. At the end is when you should not bow, according to this resolution. But the Gemara continues, not everybody did this. Rava kara behoda tchila v'sof. Rava would bow in the beginning and the end. Amri le Rabbanan, the Rabbanan said to him, Amai ka'avin marhachi, why is the master doing this? Amar lahu, he said to them, Chazina le Rav Nachman dekara, v'chazina le Rav Sheshes deka'avar hachi. I saw both Rav Nachman and Rav Sheshes that they did it like this. V'hatanya, but we learned in a brisa, hakoreya behoda hareza meguna, the same brisa we just quoted before, that it is considered bad to bow in hoda. So why is he bowing both in the beginning and the end? Gemara says, Hahi behoda shabahalal. That brisa refers to the hoda that one says in halal. We say hodu la'Hashem kitov. That's where a person should not bow. But in the Shmona Esrei, person can bow. V'atanya, but we learned in another brisa, hakoreya behoda uvehoda shel halal hareza meguna. This brisa clearly talks about hoda and a separate thing, hoda of halal. So what's the first hoda? So the Gemara says, Kitanya ahi behoda de birchas hamazon. There's also a hoda. You say no delecha when you're benching in birchas hamazon. There also a person should not bow, but again, it would be fine to bow during the hoda of Shmona Esrei. Gemara now continues with the Mishnah, HaMispalel v'tah simin ra lo. If a person davens and he makes a mistake, it is a bad sign for him. V'im shliach tziburu, and if he's a shliach tzibur, if he's a chazan simin ra l'sholchav, it is a bad sign for the congregation that is sending him. Mimnei shashlucho shaladam kemosa, because a messenger of somebody is like himself. Amru alav al Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa. They said about Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa, shayim mispalel al hacholim, that he would daven on the sick people. V'yomer, and he would say, zechai v'zemeis, this one will live and this one will die. Amrulo, they said to me, from where do you know which tefillas of yours were accepted and which were not? Amar lahem, he said to them, Im shagura tefillasi befi, yodei ani shum makubal. If the tefillah is smooth in my mouth, if it flows, then I know it was accepted. Vim lav yodei ani shum meturaf, and if not, I know that it will be torn up, it will not be accepted. The Gemara says, ahaya, on which bracha in particular is it that a person should take a look and see whether he's saying it smoothly or not? Amar Mechia, Amar Rav Safra, Misham Chad Devei Rebbe. Rabbi Rav Chia said the name of Rav Safran, the name of one in the yeshiva of Rebbe, Ba'avos. We're talking about the first bracha. That's where the person should daven, and it should be smooth. Ika demasni la brisa. Some people learn the statement of Rav Chia in the name of Rav Safra in the name of one person from the yeshiva of Rebbe, going on the following brisa. Misbal tzarich shechaven es libo bekulan. A person who davens needs to have kavanah the whole time. V'me'eno yachol lechaven bekulan. But if he's not able to have kavanah the whole time, yechaven es libo ba'achas. He should at least have kavanah in one of the brachos of the tefillah of the Shmona Esrei. So on that, Amar Rav Chia, Amar Rav Safra, Mishum Chad Devei Rebbe. Rav Chia said in the name of Rav Safra, in the name of one of the yeshiva of Rebbe, but Avos, that goes in Avos. So the statement was made is unclear whether it goes on our Mishnah or whether it goes on that Brisa. Gemara now quotes the Mishnah, Amru Alav al Rabbi Chanina v'chulu. They said about Rabbi Chanina that if his tefillah was flowed well from his mouth, then it would be accepted. So the Gemara says, how do we know that if a tefillah flows well from one's mouth, it's accepted? Amar Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi, Damar Kra. Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi says, because the pasuk says, Borei niv sefasayim, shalom shalom l'rachak v'lakarv. The pasuk is saying there is peace for one who with his fasayim, with his lips, he has this smooth tefillah. Amar Hashem urefasa. That's the conclusion of the pasuk. Amar Rav Chia bar Abba, Rabbi Yochanan. Rav Chia bar Abba says in the name of Rabbi Yochanan, Kol ha-neviim kulan lo nisnabu l'masi bitol talmid chacham. All of the neviim, they all had prophecy, all regarding one, that a person should marry his daughter to a talmid chacham. Uliosa prakamachi l'talmid chacham. A person should do business with a talmid chacham. Ulemahana talmid chacham in achasav. And a person should give benefit to a talmid chacham from his property. That's all of the nevuas about the good things that will happen are for those individuals. Avol talmidei chachamim atzman. But when it comes to talmidei chachamim themselves, ayin lo roasa lo kim zulascha. Though they get a reward that no eye has ever seen. So, in other words, Rabbi Yochanan's statement is saying that all of these good things that are going to come in the future, that's only those who connect to Talmidei Chachamim. Talmidei Chachamim themselves will get a reward that no one's even been able to prophesize about, no one's even seen. V'yamar Rav Chia bar Abba, Rabbi Yochanan, Rav Chia bar Abba said in the name of Rabbi Yochanan, Kol ha-neviim kulan lo nisnabu ela liyamos ha-Mashiach. All of these nevuos about the great things, that's talking about Mashiach. Avol li'olam haba, but that which will happen in olam haba, ayin lo ras lo kim zulascha. Again, the eye has not even seen such goodness. Upliga de Shmuel, and this argues with Shmuel's statement, the Amar Shmuel, because Shmuel said, Ein bein ha'olam hazel liyamos ha-Mashiach halashibun malchus bilvad. There is no difference between this world and the days of Mashiach, except for the fact that the Jews will not be subjugated by other nations. Shenemar, like it says, Kilo yechtal evyon mikerav ha'aretz. It says in the pasuk, they will never stop being poor from in the land. So the idea here is that Shmuel contradicts Rabbi Yochanan, because Rabbi Yochanan says great things, great changes will happen in the days of Mashiach. Shmuel is saying the most of Mashiach essentially will be the same, except for that there won't be shivud golius. V'yamar Rav Chia bar Abba, Rabbi Yochanan. Rav Chia bar Abba says in the name of Rabbi Yochanan, Kol ha-neviim kulan lo nisnabu ela lebalei tshuva. All these great things from the Nevi'im are referring to balei tshuva. Avol tzadikim gemurim, but if you have pure tzadikim, ayin lo ras elakim zulascha. Again, the eye has never seen this greatness. Upliga de Rabbi Avo, and this statement argues with Rabbi Avo. The Amar Rabbi Avo, because Rabbi Avo said, Makom shabalei teshuva omdim tzadikim gemurim einam omdim. The place where balei tshuva stands, tzadikim don't even stand. In other words, according to this understanding, the Balei Tshuva are on an even greater level than Tzadikim. Shenamar, like it says, Shalom Shalom L'Rochok V'Lakarov. The distant and the close, they're going to have this peace. L'Rochok B'Reish, who's mentioned first? The Rachok is mentioned first. V'Hadur L'Karov, and then the Karov. You see that the Rachok, the Balei Tshuva, are on a higher level. V'Rabbi Yochanan Amar Lach, but Rabbi Yochanan responds to you, My Rachok. No, you got the word mixed up. What does the word Rachok mean? Shahaya Rachok Midvar Aveira. The Rachok is someone who's far from Aveira. Mei Kara from the beginning. He's a Tzadik Gomer Mei Kara. My Karov, what does it mean? Karov Shahaya Karov L'Dvar Aveira V'Nisrachik Mimenu. It means he was used to be close to Dvar Aveira, and now he has done Teshuvah. So he reads the pasuk with the reverse meaning. Gemara says, Hashta, my hashta. Sorry, so it means that he's distant now from Aveira. He was close to Aveira at one point, and now he is distant. My ayin lo rasa. Now, what is the reference here? What does it mean? The eye has not seen such goodness. Amar Rav Yoshua ben Levi. Rav Yoshua ben Levi says, Zayayin hameshumar ba'navav misheshes yimei bereshis. This refers to wine which is protected in its grapes all the way from the sheshes yimei bereshis, a wine that no one has ever tasted before. Rabbi Shmuel bar Nachmeni Amar. Rabbi Shmuel bar Nachmeni says, Ze Eden. This refers to Eden. Eden. Shalosh shalta bo ayin, which no eye has seen. Shalosh shalta bo ein kalbiria. No eye has seen Eden. Shema Tomar Adam Harishon Heichon Haya began. Maybe I'll say Adam Harishon. No, where was he? He was in the Gan. He was in the garden. He wasn't in Eden itself. V'shemar Tomar Hu Gan Hu Eden. But maybe you'll say it's the same place. Talmud Lomar, no, the pasuk says, "V'nar yotze me'Eden lahashkos asagan." There was a river that flowed from Eden to water the gan. Gan lechud ve'Eden lechud. Gan was one thing, and Eden was another thing. Adam Harishon was in Gan Eden, but he was not in Eden itself. No one has seen that. Gemara now continues with a brisa. Tan Rabbanan, we learned in a brisa, Maisa Shechola beno shel Rabbi Gamliel. There was once a story where the son of Rabbi Gamliel got sick. Shagar Shnei Talmidei Chachamim Eitzel Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa. 2 Talmidei Chachamim were sent to Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa to pray on behalf of this son. Levake Shalav Rachamim, to daven for him mercy. Kevan Shara Osam, when he saw them, Ola La Aliyah, he went up to his attic. Ubike Shalav Rachamim, he daven Rachamim. B'Yiridas, when he came down, Amar Lam, he said to them, Lechu, go Shechol Tzaso Chama. The son has grabbed him. He's been grabbed by a fever. Amr lo, they said to him, Navi, are you a Navi? Amr lo, and he said to them, Lo Navi Anochi, velo ben Navi Anochi. I'm not a Navi, I'm not the son of a Navi. Elakach mekublani, this is what I have received as a tradition. If Shagura tfilasi befi, Yodei ani shumakubel. If my tefillah was smooth, then I know it was accepted. Vim lav, but if it doesn't flow properly, Yodei ani shumatur, if I know that it's torn up. Yashvu v'chasu v'chivnu osasha. So that what they did was they sat down and they wrote that exact moment. They wanted to know what moment was it that he said that Rabbi Gamliel's son would have this chama, would have this heat. When they came to Rabbi Gamliel, Amar, and he said to them, Ha'avoda lo chisartem v'lo hisartem. You haven't missed it and you haven't overshot it even by a moment. This is exactly what happened. At that moment, he was taken by the sun, by the heat. And he asked us for water to drink. So Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa was exactly accurate in his diagnosis. And there was another story. Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa, he went to learn Torah by Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. The Chola beno shel Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, and the son of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai got sick. Amar lo, he said, Chanina b'ni, Chanina my son, bikesh olav rachamim v'yichya. You should daven for him that he should live. Hiniach rosho ben birkov, he placed his head between his knees, uvikesh olav rachamim, and he davened mercy for him. V'choy, and he lived. Amar Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai said, El mali hitiach ben Zakkai as rosho ben birkov kolim kulu. If you would have done this for the whole day, meaning if I would have done, if Ben Zakkai, if I would have done such a thing the whole day, all day long, lo hiyo mashkichim olav, they wouldn't pay attention. Meaning, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai was saying, look at what a high level Rabbi Chanina ben Dosa is on. His tefillah is accepted in a way that mine would not have been. Amr lo ishto. So his wife said to him, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai's wife said to him, V'chi Chanina gadol mimcha. Is Chanina greater than you? Amr lo. He said to her, Lav, no. Elohu doma ke'eved lefnei hamelech. But he's similar to a servant in front of the king. V'ani doma. But I am similar kesar lefnei hamelech, like an officer in front of the king. In other words, he is accustomed to being in front of the king daily, all the time. I only go in front of the king once in a while. Gemara continues at the 2 dots. V'yamar Rabbi Chia bar Abba, Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Chia bar Abba said in the name of Rabbi Yochanan, Al yispal adam elo bebayis sheyesh sham chalonos. A person should only daven in a house where there are windows. Shenemar v'chivim psichon le ba'alise neged Yerushalayim. It says that he opened them up. He opened up these windows towards Yerushalayim when he davened. This is in Sefer Daniel. Amar Rav Kahana said, Chatzaf al ayman dematzli bebiksa. It's like a chutzpah to me, somebody who davens in a valley, in an open area. That's not a place where you can have humility, where you're out in the open field. V'yamar Rav Kahana said, similarly, Chatzaf al ayman demeforish chatoy. It's also a chutzpah to me, somebody who explains or expresses explicitly his sins. Shenemar, like it says, Ashrei nesoy pesha k'soy chato. Fortunate is the one who essentially covers up his sins. He doesn't reveal publicly all the time the sins which he does. Hadron aloch ein omdin. We'll return to you, Perek ein omdin. If you are enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe. We will continue with the 6th Perek of Maseches Brachos on Daf Lamed Hey Amud Aleph in the next video.